Hey everybody, it's Vinny. Episode 4 of Slay the Princess is going to be the final episode. This is going to come to an end today. So, you want to come watch more games like this? Come take a look at me over on Twitch TV. Some call me Vin. If you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path.
Yeah, on a
You're
path,
here to slay
yeah.
her.
Slay her. I don't want to be the end of the world. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Have I not done any of this? Forget this. I'm
Are
not
you
doing
serious?
This.
No, you have to do it.
Why? Silently continue to the cabin again.
You make your way up the short path to the...
Yeah, I know. She's within, I'm sure.
The interior of the cabin is almost the blade is your...
Yep. Okay.
You take the blade
Take
from
the blade. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, her voice.
Who's there?
Who's
She
there?
sounds... Don't let it
Yeah,
fool
yeah,
you.
dangerous. Real dangerous. Checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Yeah.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
Heavy
around.
chain.
She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the
beautiful, so
task at
beautiful.
hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Perhaps. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just
She's
drop
not
the
being
don't
reasonable.
you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Yep.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
No, they're
You step
not.
forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your...
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Well, I will get close enough.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Oh, yeah?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
What if she's bluffing? What if she
You
kills
go into
us?
this expecting to die. You're
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine. Then I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
No. You sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever.
Oh, yes we
Eventually,
can.
something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Can I wait it out? What do you think? If I wait a few minutes, what's going to happen? I don't know if I have that kind of resolve. Anything? No. Here, drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, sure.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Unarmed.
Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they've not, actually. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Agreed.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That
they
doesn't
didn't.
sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
It's true.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Nah, I don't really care.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with—
You know why. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
No, I
Doubtful.
don't have the
Whoever-
key.
I'll be
Let's try
here.
this one again.
You attempt to make your... Is someone else here?
Hey, let me
Your shouts
out.
and pleas are met with "You're here." You try the
Out
door.
the
I'll repeat.
door. Down to
You
the
make your way
bottom.
back to the bottom. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
Yeah, they
The
did.
knife. Pick
You won't like what happened.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you cut into her
cut into her
flesh. The
flesh.
blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Yeah.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Nope.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's
No,
go.
we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Oh, you can't now. Oh, now you're getting involved.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Not again.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I don't care. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Oh, look, she killed me again.
This is the end, isn't it?
No.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you
yeah.
die. You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her. If you don't...
I don't what? Yeah, let's just, have I tried all these? Yeah, I've been through all those. Proceed to the cabin again.
A warning. Before you... She will lie.
Yeah, she'll lie and cheat.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Ha!
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, God. That's good.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. If the only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor,
You know what, let's not
a
look at the mirror
pristine
this
blade
time.
perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's see. Take the blade.
You take the blade, good idea.
Yeah.
Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yeah. Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
No, we're not.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus.
This is the most
as she
chains I've
adjusts
seen with her so
hands in her
far.
lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why
Should
would
we
you be
be?
worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There is fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
It's fair.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Let's see what she told
You
you.
do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly?
Yeah, how?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Well, that hasn't happened.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Would it have?
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could
would
keep
have.
you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Well, I don't.
I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
No, I don't
Or
think
does she think
is.
she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Agreed.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Yes, I am.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Probably.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
It's possible. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly
could be.
seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Perhaps.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Perhaps.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Guess we're gonna find out, aren't we?
What should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
She might. Very, very possible.
That doesn't sound great. What about the... There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
It's very possible, too.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I
Perhaps.
hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Kind of want to do it.
I wouldn't do that if I... And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Kinda, yeah.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Agreed.
But what if he's telling the truth? He
So be it.
isn't. I am.
Expect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Oh, no.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Is it funny? It's kind of funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Hang out? Talk?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Guess
That's
so.
horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not
Did
to
we?
touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Perhaps. Did you know this is going to happen to me?
No.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Fair. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Not much for small talk, are ya?
Nope.
That's rude.
You
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Doubt
But
it.
there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
But how? Why? Nobody has explained any of this to me.
How exactly does that work? It just does.
Of course it just does.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
He's not wrong.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Still rude.
Continue to wait in silence, okay.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Should have, right?
She hasn't starved.
He's got a point.
I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then... And? I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Huh. Yeah.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh, grabbing her again. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Is
that a
yeah.
mirror?
Why now? Right, of course. Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. You're unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. At the cabin, approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Are we?
Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Wow. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Or the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Perhaps. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
I guess nothing can exist. That's true. You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Ah! Fair. That's fair. There's trees and stars and
There's a
people.
warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. they do not last.
Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Fair enough. How many more vessels?
One.
One.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Fair. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Oh, she got me. Wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. Yeah, we did do this already. Back in. Let's go.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Alright, I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Oh, will we now?
I will be here, waiting for you.
Thank you. God, every time. Ugh. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Yes, here to slay her, of course. Alright, just silently go to the cabin.
You make your way.
Yep. Yep.
The interior of the blade is...
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the...
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Yeah, it creaks.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She
Who's
sounds
there?
dangerous. Don't let it fool.
Dangerous. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job.
Sounds good.
You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I mean, it would seem so, wouldn't it? What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Not very becoming at all. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Perhaps.
Against your better judgment, you step forward. Just will be
unarmed,
fine.
We'll be fine.
You
Yeah.
don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
I won't. Don't worry.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yep. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal
Yeah,
Highness.
of course, your Royal Highness.
Note the lack of detail.
Yeah, I can't trust you either. Do you know why I'm here?
Do you?
No. No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
Fair. A relationship?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Fair. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again,
Yeah, no specifics, I know. How would I get you out of here?
you can't. Don't bother.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
guessing you don't have the key then.
Nope, I'm not.
I'm sure there's a key somewhere around. Well, we can always put that knife.
Her sharp eyes. She isn't suggesting what she is.
She is.
Oh, have you decided?
You know why you're here.
Yeah, I know why I'm here. Getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Nope.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid.
Far too
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for
Yeah,
it.
maybe I should go looking for it.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Okay, sounds
She
good.
speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Rude.
You attempt to make your way out of the
Yeah,
place. Someone else
all over
here.
the place. Yeah, they're trying.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stair. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down
Yeah,
with
they
the
did.
knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, you cut into her flesh.
Well, I did.
The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
No, she did not.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank
Not at
you.
all.
Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Let's go.
No, we won't have any of that.
Yeah,
The stakes
yeah,
are- As
yeah.
the princess,
She's
wait,
gonna wanna let me-
watch me.
Watch me, yeah. Oh, fine.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the prince. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at.
Are you serious?
No.
I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with
I
one,
know you can.
but I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
You up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
She doesn't look happy about it.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
It won't be.
If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't
She's
just
heavy.
end like this, right? I'm sorry,
Okay.
but it's over. Everything goes dark,
And then you die.
and you die.
Chapter 2, the tower.
You're on a path in that you're
I'm on
here
a
to
path.
slay
I
her.
know, here to slay her. Yeah, let's just go to the cabin.
She will lie.
Yeah,
We
she'll lie
might as
now.
well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, I think we've heard this
You're
one
being
before.
annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to. I agree.
Yeah,
If she's
don't
wrong,
pledge.
rescue
Yeah,
her.
okay, come on.
So
Yeah, proceed to
if
the
that's
cabin.
what you
Let's
want.
go.
The interior of the cabin is
Whoa.
larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The blade is your Why do we feel so? We don't feel small.
We don't feel small, we are small. Approach the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Wipe it clean.
You reach
Not
forward
there.
and should count ourselves lucky.
Oh my god.
Something.
Enter the
No
basement.
blade this time.
Nope.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive. Blade. No blade. It doesn't matter.
No, not really. Let's see what she does to us this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice.
Is it now?
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't
Sounds good.
kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
No, she was not.
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed.
Yeah,
We need to
sure.
get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Alright, continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak star. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Oh, was it?
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I don't know.
I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
Ouch.
She's disappointed in us?
Aw.
Kneel.
Poor guy. No.
But the words
Oh.
don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
Okay.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right.
Oh, it's very, very right.
She's right. We've been here before. And we've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
I can see it.
He's being melodramatic, but the point stands. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? Well, I'll be damned. That's not good. Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
And what's that?
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
I am yours to command.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yeah, kinda.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
Very well.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you, where it is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Uh-oh.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
Perhaps.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh no.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Oh god. Let's go. And there she goes again. Swallowed by the pit. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We're not gonna find her.
There's that mirror again.
Yep,
Why is it
mirror
here?
again.
Why?
Why now? Yeah. You're afraid, blah, blah, blah. Let's go look at the mirror. You approach the mirror. Is silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. What? That isn't right. Can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze. Then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Quite a few. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you? You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Oh my god.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh no? Yeah, I've been awake the whole time. God damn, there's a lot of options. Do you have anything to say for yourself? For all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Will do. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
Yes, it would be.
From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
It's fair. After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Jeez. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I've met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Can you now?
Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
I feel like ridding the world of death and suffering is just destroying the entire world, so nothing exists. What is the princess that you make her to?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
That they did. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh, jeez. Damn. Oh, hey, lady.
I can finally
What are you
see
doing to you?
And you can finally see me.
Yeah.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm not the Long Quiet. Sorry, I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Such is the nature of games.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I'm not really sure what that question entails. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? If all of them would have led me to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacies reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine. When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
I'm not afraid.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself? You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Whoa. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
Wow. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I just got the achievement, there are no endings, only new beginnings. Wow, that was a good game. That game was amazing. Oh. God. What an existential crisis that thing's created. My goodness. Really was something else. Definitely highly recommend it. If you enjoyed watching this, definitely download the game. Give them a follow on their Twitter. Great design. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. That's cool. And that's it. Hope you all enjoyed watching. This was Slay the Princess. And as always, have a wonderful day.